MSUTV is on the air, bringing you the best student-produced educational, entertaining, and informative programming. Broadcasting out of Breckenridge Hall on the campus of Morehead State University, MSUTV is signing on.
Today on NewsCenter, West Liberty's memorial service, MSU's volleyball team's potential new facility, find out who won an award for their work with gender equality, and take a look at the career fair. All this and more today on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Chris Nolan.
And I'm Haley Murphy. This is your news for March 7th, 2013.
1 year after the devastating tornado that rocked West Liberty, a memorial service was held on Saturday, March 2nd. Hardy Breeding was there.
An early March snowstorm forced West Liberty's memorial service to be moved to Morgan County High. Hundreds attended throughout the day to pay respect to those lost and show support in the rebuilding process. Locals and elected officials praised the support the county has received, but know that the road to recovery is a long one.
Me and my husband was first on the scene with the Red Cross. We set up a shelter, and the Junior Red Cross came that morning, and they done a tremendous job of making sure that everybody was comfortable, had a cot, blankets. They worked very hard on unloading trucks, getting pallets and water to everyone. So they've done, they do a lot within the community.
All of the things that build us up to that night, losing everything, we had to depend on what we had to work with, but a lot of outside sources. And I can remember quickly how the outside sources came from all the surrounding counties first, because they would be the closest, and how the big fire truck came up from Morehead, and that gave us our first really good place to have sound, that we had a radio that was connected to the radios in Round County. The turnout tonight was a really good turnout, and what I've told everybody, this is sort of a twofold night. One is we want to remember the ones that lost their lives in the tornado. So we had a very humble, moving memorial service. At the same time, we wanted to have two concerts, one before and one after, to keep the spirit alive and moving that Morgan County is rebuilding, we're coming back.
At 5:47 p.m., 37 lanterns were set loose in the sky to commemorate the tornado's width. An additional 7 red lanterns were released in honor of those who lost their lives.
Our neighboring counties, we've got equipment, fire trucks and things in here during those first few days, first few weeks. And some of these communities, they were a 1-2 fire truck ordeal, and they couldn't do that, but they did it in support of our town, our county. You know, it's amazing the support we've had. We've got a lot of jobs, buildings and things that's out there that hasn't started yet, that's in the making. We're just going to rebuild, get back to normal, and go on with life.
From West Liberty, reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Hardy Breeding.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul took control of yesterday's Senate session to block the confirmation of CIA Director nominee John Brennan. The filibuster lasted nearly 13 hours, beginning before noon on Wednesday and ending shortly after midnight this morning. Paul used the filibuster to raise questions about the possible use of unmanned drones against targets in the United States. The senator demanded that the President or Attorney General Eric Holder issue a statement assuring that drone aircrafts not be used in the United States to kill terrorism suspects who are U.S. citizens. By the time Paul left the Senate floor, he had yet to receive a response to his request. Senator Paul felt that the nomination hearing was the perfect time to bring up the debate of drones and the power of the federal government.
Morehead State University's College of Science and Technology has recently received a $209 million grant from Siemens Software. The grant was provided by Siemens Global Opportunities and PLM Initiative. Siemens Software is a leading global provider of product lifecycle management software. With the grant, students in the Department of Applied Engineering and Technology will gain access to the same technology that companies use every day to develop their products. The software includes various computer design programs in 2D as well as 3D CAD systems.
Earlier this week, Ginger Hall suffered an electrical fire causing damage to the building which resulted in temporary closure. Classes and offices located in Ginger Hall were rescheduled and relocated. After only a few days, repairs have been made and electricity to Ginger Hall has been restored. The building will be reopened at 8 a.m. on March 11th. Courses will continue in the building, but some relocated offices will remain in their temporary locations to allow for additional repairs. Students are being asked to check Blackboard and email for additional updates.
We'll be right back after the break for a quick look at weather with Don Young and NewsCenter Notices featuring Officer Leah Whitley of MSUPD.
Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Steve.
Join us in April for a new program on MSUTV featuring artists and their artwork.
That's right. We're going to talk with artists about what art means to them and how they do what they do.
Poets, painters, songwriters, sculptors, welders, fabricators, weavers, makers, shakers, yes, even bakers of all kinds may join us.
So check out Art This in April and tell every artist you know there's a new venue in town and it's called
Art
This.
And now, some tips for campus living. Do not run on the sidewalks. Always pay attention when crossing a crosswalk. Always properly dispose of trash in a trash receptacle. No smoking at any time at any place on campus. Follow these steps and campus will be a better place for everyone.
Hi, my name is Stevie Vaughn and I am a Convergent Media major. The best thing about this newly created major is that I have the ability to pick up new skills in every field of communications, so that I'll be prepared once I graduate. I really enjoy the hands-on experience in classes, and I'm always challenged to find more effective ways to communicate. Morehead State University provides me with the tools to succeed and pursue my goals. My name is Stevie Vaughn, and I'm ready to take on the world.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Don Young. Right now we're just seeing clouds outside. Not really any rain or precipitation going on right now, so a little bit nicer than it has been the past couple days. Temperature's sitting at around 35, but overall a little bit warmer than it has been. And luckily we're finally out of that giant snowstorm that's been affecting us the past several days. Take a look at your record temperature set back in 1974. You can see it was 78, so nowhere close to that, nor nowhere close to the record low either in 1899. So kind of right in the middle of that, right where we should be for the average temperatures this time of year. Taking a look at your temperatures across the Commonwealth, you can see Lexington sitting at around 35. Frankfort, the capital, also seeing temperatures around 35. A little warmer over in Ashland, temperatures around 39. Bowling Green seeing the same temperatures. Louisville, right in between at 38. So pretty same across the Commonwealth, mid to high 30s. So pretty nice right now. Taking a look at your Doppler radar, courtesy of WKYT, you can see that there's literally nothing going on across the whole Commonwealth. So, going to be pretty nice going in the next couple days. We're going to be seeing some warmer temperatures move into the area, but overall, not going to be a whole lot of rain or anything of that nature. So, it should be pretty easy. But for now, let's go ahead and take it to NewsCenter Notices.
Today on NewsCenter Notices, we have with us Officer Leah Whitley. How are you doing today, Officer Whitley?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
No problem.
First, we'd like to talk to you about, recently there was a scam alert on campus. What can you tell us about, what happened with that?
We had someone that was posing as a student, selling magazines door to door in the residence halls, also approaching students on campus, asking for cash for magazines to be donated to a charity. And in return for the cash, he was telling people to go to the front desk at ADUC, redeem a ticket that he was giving them, and they would get their money paid back to them. Obviously, this was a scam, so we're alerting all students, do not give money to anyone at all. The person that's in question has actually been interviewed by another officer in our department and is a suspect at this time, but charges may or may not be pending depending on what we return from the investigation.
Is this the first time something like this has occurred on campus?
I personally worked a case, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, So this isn't the first time, but this is the first time, maybe the freshmen this year, get new students each year that maybe don't know what happened in previous years. But this happens pretty frequently off and on over the course of, year to year. So we're alerting anyone via the website or email, do not give money to anyone at all posing as a magazine salesman.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I would have ever thought about happening, so I'm glad that you guys have went through those steps to warn students like that. Recently, we've also had some, inclement weather here on campus. What does MSUPD do to prevent, accidents from happening?
The patrol officers that are on duty at the time of the inclement weather, we drive around, we take note of the roads, the staircases, what type of snow is falling, whether it's sticking or not sticking. We report that to dispatch, and then they in turn will notify students, or we even went so far as to drive around on our patrol cars and announce to students to stay indoors. Several years ago, we actually had an officer that fell and broke his arm during one of the really bad snowstorms that we had, and we had advised everyone to stay inside, and we had several cars that were sliding all over the roads. So if you see us out and we tell you to stay indoors, we don't want you on the roads. That's really what we don't want you to be out there, because you can be injured as well.
Do you feel like usually people listen to you all when you say things like that? Or?
Probably generally they do, but there's always going to be a few people that think that they can drive in a foot of snow, and they'll still try to do it. So
yeah, well, overall, I think most people feel like MSU is a pretty safe campus. What different things do you all offer to help keep students to feel that way?
We do offer the shuttle services. During the day, the maintenance building is the one that runs the shuttle services. But after 7 p.m. until I think it's 1:30 in the morning, MSUPD runs a shuttle, and that's not to be, to go from Westman on to Alumni Tower to eat. It's actually supposed to be used for outlying parking lots to your residence halls and vice versa. So we ask students not to take advantage of the shuttle, especially during inclement weather, because they do get run a lot. So, just use them when you need to go to outlying areas, not dorm to dorm. We also have the emergency phones that we check every month, that we have our work studies or some of our part-time temporary people, they check those for us, make note that they're all working properly. And we do campus safety walks every so often to check lights and the poles and the parking lots and things like that.
Well, what do you think that you all get called for the most?
Definitely theft. We ask that students always keep their doors locked, whether it be their car doors or their residence hall doors, even if it's just for a bathroom break or to shower or just to run inside of a building. Always lock your vehicle. Don't leave anything as far as electronic, cell phone chargers, anything GPS related on their dash or in any kind of site. Even the little sticky knobs that the GPS units use to stick to the windshields. If a thief sees a circle on your windshield, he's automatically going to think there's probably a GPS in that car. I've even seen students leave cash laying in the console. It's never a good idea. Even if it's changed, don't leave it laying out where someone can steal it, because they're going to break your window out and take it.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Officer Whitley, for being here.
Okay.
We'll be right back after this break.
Eagle Lake is only a short walk away and allows you to escape from everyday life. You can exercise and relieve stress by walking around the lake, or you can just sit back and enjoy the view. Eagle Lake is the perfect place to go to relax, but in the next few months it's going to get even better. So what are you waiting for? Go up to the lake. You know you want to.
Welcome back. Right now, temperature's still sitting at around 35 outside, so pretty standard for what we should be seeing right now this time of year. Humidity sitting at around 76%, and that's where we've seen all that snow the past couple days, and that's going to start to drop over the next few days as well. Right now, wind not too bad, sitting at around 6 miles per hour in a northern direction. That's what's pushing that storm back up out to the east coast. Taking a look at your temperatures across the Commonwealth, you can see Bowling Green, like I said earlier, temperatures around 39. Ashland also seeing temperatures around 39, and pretty much in the mid to upper 30s across the whole state right now. So about average for this time of year. That's what we should be expecting to see. And taking a look at your Doppler radar, courtesy of WKYT, as you can see, it's clear across the whole state. Pretty nice. Like I said, there's some overcast going on, but that's just clouds. We'll have a better look at that here in a moment. You can still see what's left of that snowstorm, and it's kind of pushing its way on out into New York and on out into the Atlantic, and that'll pretty much be the end of that. And for once, not another storm coming right after it. It's pretty clear across the Midwest as well. So we're getting a little bit of a break and going to see some warmer temperatures, so that'll be nice compared to what we have had. Like I said, there's that overcast we're seeing, and that's going to kind of work its way on out. And then once that clears, we'll actually have a few days of sunshine, so that'll be nice. Then taking a look at your other temperatures across the nation, even cooler down in Florida though, but where that warm front's kind of moved up, cooled off a little bit down that way, gave us some warmer temperatures, so that's pretty nice. Hot spot up in Oklahoma and Texas at 85, so pretty nice over in that area. They're actually seeing pure sunshine, no clouds, nothing, so really nice in their area. A little cooler out west, still seeing some of those storms and just a lot cooler temperatures as I was talking about earlier. Tonight, we're going to be seeing a low of 25, so still pretty cold tonight, but not too bad. And the sunset, we're going to see that at around 6:38. So getting longer and longer with those days, and don't forget time change this weekend, so be sure to set your clocks. And tomorrow, I know I said it was going to be warming up, but still a little bit cooler for tomorrow, but going into this weekend, we're going to see those warmer temperatures. But tomorrow, just a high of 33. Let's take a look at your 5-day. Like I said, tomorrow's low would be 33, and the high will be 50, with a Saturday, you're seeing warmer temperatures, a high of 60 and a low of 32. A little bit of clouds still in the sky, but Sunday, a little bit of rain moving back into the area. Nothing major, just going to see some scattered showers here and there, but that's also going to bring even warmer temperatures with a high of 63 and a low of 42. Monday, still seeing those showers kind of hanging around a little bit. Like I said, some scattered showers here and there. High of 58, low of 45. Tuesday, cooling back off just a little more, but that rain should work its way out of the area, and we should just have some cloud coverage with a high of 40 and a low of 26. So, not too bad. Finally, a little warmer temperatures, a break from the snow and the rain, and don't forget to set your clocks this weekend.
And I think students will definitely be glad to walk to class in sunshine tomorrow instead.
It's about time. But for now, let's go ahead and take it to sports with Bonnie Daly.
The Morehead State's men's basketball Eagles are looking to continue their success in the OVC tournament tonight. Coming off an opening round victory against UT Martin on Wednesday, the Eagles look to keep their momentum going when they face off with Tennessee State tonight. MSU entered the tournament with a 5th seed ranking and finished their season at 15-17 overall with a record of 8-8 in OVC play. Tennessee State is ranked as a 4th seed in tournament, and this will be the 3rd time the team has met this season, with MSU picking up the other 2 victories. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. from Municipal Auditorium. The Morehead State baseball team's scheduled home series with the Murray State this weekend has been moved. The series has been moved to Prasco Park in Mason, Ohio, due to field conditions at Allen Field. The 2 teams open OVC play at 3 p.m. on Friday, followed by 1 p.m. games on Saturday and Sunday. The address of the new location at Prasco Park is 6125 Commerce Court, Mason, Ohio, 45040. The Morehead State softball team is traveling to North Carolina to kick off a 5-game road swing. The softball team is currently in play against Charlotte and will move on to compete in the Camel Stampede tournament. The tournament matchup includes a 10 a.m. contest with Northern Kentucky, followed by a 12:30 match with Drexel, both on Friday. On Saturday, Campbell will host the Eagles at 5:30 p.m., and the night will finish with an 8:30 p.m. contest against Norfolk State. If the necessary funding comes through, Morehead State's volleyball team could have the best facility in the country. NewsCenter Marky Owens takes a look.
An opportunity has unfolded for the MSU volleyball team. The McClure Pool and the Academic Athletic Center will be transformed into a new volleyball facility. Head volleyball coach Jamie Gordon spoke with NewsCenter about how this idea sparked.
Well, obviously the new Campus Rec Center opened up a lot of new spaces, so the need for a second pool on campus wasn't there. Our administration is the one who really brought this forward.
There are numerous benefits planned for this facility.
Sure. Well, from a training standpoint, we'll be able to set up 4 courts for training purposes. We'll have one large competition court. We'll also be able to pack in about 1,400 fans, so the environment is going to be fantastic for our fans. We'll have fantastic player amenities as far as the amount of square footage that we'll be able to use for player locker rooms, training rooms, a player lounge, area for our team to be able to go to between classes and practice. Also, our offices will move into this facility. We'll have a video classroom. We'll also be able to incorporate in this facility a new weight room that will be able to benefit us, but as well as basketball and some other of the sports that have the similar roster size. We'll also have a video board that's very similar to what we have in our basketball facility. So as we've gone through this whole planning process, we've looked at facilities from all around the country, and we're really kind of taking the best ideas from everybody and putting it into one.
According to Coach Gordon, this volleyball facility has potential to be the top gym in the country. However, the athletic department is still in the process of raising the $3.5 million that the project requires. Reporting for NewsCenter, Marky Owens.
There is currently no set date for the completion of the project at this time. And now for NewsCenter's famous sports trivia. Which Morehead State men's basketball player paced the Eagles with 9 rebounds in just 17 minutes during their win over UT Martin yesterday? Was it A, Devon Atkinson, B, Khalil Owens, C, Milton Chavis, or D, Bruce Reed?
I'm going to have to go with C, Milton.
I'm going to have to agree with Dawn. I think Milton Chavis has done really well this semester.
I actually know the answer to this, and this player, since he arrived on campus 2 years ago, he started out good. He just gotten better and better every year, and it's Khalil Owens.
You're right, it is. He's a senior, and it's his last year, and he's showing everybody what he's got. So they will be playing tonight, so good luck to the Eagles in their second round of the OVC tournament.
Hopefully they can pull out another win.
All right. We'll be right back after this break.
All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become. I'm Tony Hobbs, host of MSPR's new show, Good Vibes. Each week, I'll be sifting through hours of material to bring you the best in adult alternative music. You can expect to hear from bands such as Coldplay, Mumford & Sons, The Kicks, and much more. Good Vibes, Mondays from 7 to 10 p.m. on Morehead State Public Radio.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
The Eagle Sports Coaches Show with your host, Jason Blanton, covering all the latest news in Morehead sports such as men's basketball with Coach Sean Woods, women's basketball with Coach Tom Hodges, and spring sports such as baseball with Coach Mike McGuire and softball with David Williams. So for the latest news with Moorhead Sports, be sure to tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on 96.3 FM, Channel 77 every Wednesday at 6, or on our YouTube channel, YouTube/MSU Eagle Athletics.
One MSU student has received an award for her activism in gender equality. NewsCenter's Amara reporter met with the student to find out more.
MSU senior Danielle Story is majoring in sociology with a minor in women's studies. She graduates this May, but during her time at MSU, Danielle has impacted gender equality issues on campus.
SAGE was started, I was asked to revitalize the gender equality group that had kind of fallen to the wayside. So a couple years ago, I renamed the group and called it SAGE and started marketing. So it started out with just me. So I started recruiting members and going around talking to classes and stuff. And so once we got a good member base, we started meeting a couple times a month, basically to just discuss anything gender related that any students had any ideas or issues or concerns about, anything about gender equality. And then after we started meeting and felt more comfortable with what we were doing, we decided that we wanted to host events. So then we started trying to promote and encourage gender equality on campus and in the community through different events like screenings for documentaries or hosting different speakers and stuff to that nature.
Through Danielle's work with SAGE and other gender equality studies, she was awarded this winter with an esteemed award.
I won the undergrad social activism award from the Sociologists for Women in Society. And this organization, it's a phenomenal organization, and the award, it's a prestigious award, so I was incredibly honored to win it. And they award 3 undergrads in the United States this award for activism that's improving the lives of women. So Dr. Barton, my mentor and the professor that I'm doing my research fellowship under, she nominated me for the award. And through that process I had to write an essay and turn in the stuff that I had done through SAGE, what I had done to revitalize it, the different events that we had went to, different things that we had done.
After graduation, Danielle plans to stay involved in activism and leadership roles. Although she's leaving MSU, she encourages others to participate and stay involved in SAGE. Reporting for NewsCenter, this is Amara Porter.
Students took steps in the career finding process by meeting with prospective employers this past week.
This past Tuesday, students had the opportunity to open doors in their career field.
We're here today with the career fair. We've got over 80 employers and graduate programs that are recruiting our students for internships, full-time jobs, as well as admission into graduate programs. So we're hoping to see a lot of students today.
While attending the career fair, students could meet and greet with different employers to get more information on a career opportunity. This was a time for the students at Moorhead State University to be able to see what kind of jobs are available in their career field of study or open to everyone. Employers like those from Verizon spoke about what they looked for when coming to the career fair.
I am here recruiting for Moorhead State University, looking for driven, entrepreneurial, young, and honest and ethical professional salespeople who are looking to kickstart their sales career. What we do is we dominate. We run Verizon Wireless's market share, the #1 Verizon Wireless company in the nation.
Students found that the career fair opened their eyes to more job opportunities than what they had been considering, and found out that by attending, it was very informative.
Well, the career fair has helped me a lot. I am a sociology major and a Spanish minor, and I kind of want to be in admissions or maybe work with youth. I wasn't exactly sure, so I knew the career fair would help me. So I came and actually learned that law school might help me, and I can work and be a mediator in the courtroom, or I could actually work with families and work with family care and foster care and stuff like that, and go in and help the families and make the families grow together so the kids don't have to be wards of the state, and help the kids that are wards of the state find better families and stuff like that. So the career fair has definitely helped me.